Good evening, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your dark mask diva. Do you guys like my crown of snakes? Yep, I'm Medusa. You scared? Wouldn't that be cool if I went to the Serpentarium and wore this? Or just, went to the zoo and wore it? Or just, I don't know, costume party or anything? Here, I'm going to take it off so you guys can see it better. Hold on. See it? I'm going to put it real close. It's neat, huh? I'm just going to hold it so you guys can see it better. I'm going to hold it like right here. Okay. So, I went back to Reddit. Did you guys see my show yesterday? Alright, so for you guys who weren't here, if you want to see my show yesterday, if you don't know what I'm talking about, my Otherworldlies, alright, I did a show about something I was doing on Reddit yesterday, and what it was is I was answering a question about this young lady who felt coerced into doing something that she did not want to do with this guy, and he wanted her to do some stuff to his hindquarters, his butt. Alright, so it was descriptive and it was gross, and I didn't want to get into it because I did not want my video taken down. Okay, so it's kind of like one of those things, like I've been on Reddit for less than 2 weeks, and it was like a really super descriptive type of thing, and at first I thought it was kind of a hoax because I'm like, is that even humanly possible when I read the description? So I went back on there today, and the topic was still up, but the moderators had taken down the description of the question. So I was kind of like, well, that kind of takes all the flavor out of the whole question. So they took the description down. Alright, and they also had taken some of the comments off of the board, and a lot of my comments had been taken down, so I guess they didn't appreciate some of the stuff I said either. So they decided that her description was too obscene, for Reddit, and they decided that some of my comments were a little inappropriate as well. And I guess some of the other people's who were on the board. Now, the thing is, you can't really blame me because I'm new there. So I'm not in trouble. They didn't say, we're going to suspend your account or anything like that. They just said, we have to take some of your comments down. I was like, okay, well, sorry. I'm new there. After reading that description, I'm like, well, I guess you can say stuff like that. That was just like, whoa. I guess if she can say that, then I can say this, or whatever, right? So, I'm new there. I don't know what's okay to say there, what isn't okay. I wasn't rude or mean or anything like that, because I'm not that kind of person, but anyway, if you're going on Reddit and you're looking for that question, you're not going to find the description. You're not going to find out what it was actually about. So I'm really sorry if you went to look for it. They really took the good parts out. They took my good comments out. So I am really sorry if you can't find it. And of course, I am the Dark Mask Diva on there if you're looking for me. I think you guys know that. So I'm so sorry. Anyway, so they took it down. A few funny comments are left. But basically, you will read that she felt coerced to do that, and I really hope she doesn't talk to that guy again. So, that's all I have to say to follow up on that. So, if you don't know to what I'm referring, please look at the video that I made yesterday. Okay, moving right along, I'm going to talk about people who are pushy. Alright? It's not about that topic. This is about a different type of people who are pushy. Okay? Sometimes we have to assert ourselves even more than these other people are asserting themselves. Alright? There's a way to do it that is not combative. Alright, here's the thing. Sometimes we want to do things, and people with stronger personalities come along, and they try to hijack whatever we're trying to do. Alright, and there's a way to do it that is that's not combative, but all you have to do is you have to just establish boundaries, and you have to just kind of be one step ahead of them. Okay, you have to use I statements. All right, and you have to kind of realize that some people just feel compelled to change your plans and to insert themselves in your plans, and to kind of disrupt your comfort zone, and it's just what they do. All right, and it's not necessarily their agenda to screw up what you're doing, but they just feel compelled to change whatever's going on. All right, they just can't leave well enough alone. So what you do is tell the other people, hey, I really need this plan not to be changed. And if someone tries to change the plan, you just say, no, we really need to stick to the original plan, and I'm not going to do that. And just tell them, no, absolutely not, I'm not going to do that. We need to stick to the original plan. And just refuse to not do the new thing. Just say, I feel really uncomfortable doing that. Stick with I statements. Don't sound mad. Just say, I am unable to do that. Just keep saying I. All right. Just let them know that's not going to work for you. Pretty soon people are going to understand they can't change plans on you. Okay, and they're going to stop taking it personally. They're going to stop taking it like you're being combative with them. It's really them screwing with you, but they're not going to be able to put it back on you. Okay, this was something that took me a long time to figure out. People sometimes just want to insert their own agenda on whatever the thing is. Sometimes it's something you're doing with someone else. Someone finds out you're doing it, and they want to insert themselves, and then they want to just turn the whole thing around and turn it into something else. You didn't want them involved in the first place. But they find out you're doing something, and they just completely take it over. You have to get together with that first person and say, I really don't want so-and-so joining us, because you just have a feeling they're going to find out and invite themselves along. So beforehand, you have to say, I would really like to spend some time alone with you. Okay, and I really don't want to change the time that we do it or the place. And I really don't want so-and-so joining us. I think we need to do this alone. I think we need some time to talk and that kind of thing. So if you could make sure so-and-so doesn't find out, or, I really would just like some time with the two of us. But don't say, because so-and-so is a bully. Don't say, because so-and-so talks over me. Just say, I would really like some time alone with you. So if we could just make sure it's the two of us. Say it like that. Okay, don't assign any negative traits to the other person. Just put the stress on the fact that you just want to be alone with that friend. Okay. That way they understand that it's just the special time with you and that one friend. So they make sure that they do not mention it to the other friend. Okay, so they don't say it like, and let it slip that you were talking smack about the other friend. Okay, because you don't want it to be like you're talking about somebody else. Alright, because you don't want to talk about somebody else. Okay? You don't, because maybe that's only your feeling about that person. Okay, maybe that person has a strong personality, and you're the only person that feels that way about them. Okay, maybe you have an anxiety problem and that person triggers you. Alright, so you don't want it to be like you're talking smack about them. You're just really tired of them trying to come in and insert themselves. Okay. And maybe that other person feels that way about that person too, but they're afraid to say something about it. Okay. But that doesn't mean you need to talk about them. You just need to use I statements. I would really like some time alone. I really don't want anyone coming in and changing a plan. So you're asserting that you just don't want that to happen. but you're not saying that person always comes in and fucks everything up. See what I'm saying? There's just a way to put it where you're stressing that you just want to be alone with that person and you don't want the plan changed without, coming up and assigning blame to somebody else. So, because the point is you just don't want the plan changed. It's not that you're trying to put somebody else down. Because, think about it. You wouldn't want somebody talking about you, right? About some bad habit that you have, right? You just basically want to know that you're going to do something without somebody sabotaging it. All right. So that's really what the point is. And it's really hard sometimes when you want to do something and you feel like there's somebody else in the group who is always sort of messing it up. So if you know that, and you know that tends to happen, you need to just think ahead and just talk to somebody else and just tell them ahead of time, hey, we need to make sure this doesn't happen. But you don't need to say anything bad about anybody else. Just say, I just want to make sure this doesn't happen. But don't go, don't tell so-and-so. Let's just make sure this is between the two of us and we do this. So, and the plan does not get changed. So, if the other person does want to come along, I think that one person will purposely not mention it to that person, because it'll occur to them that person will try to change the plan. And if they do find out, the person will try to change the plan, and that person will say, no, Dark Master Eva said that she doesn't want the plan changed, and she wants this, this to go on. But then they're going to remember, oh yeah, she said she wants some time alone with me. And she invited only me out, and they're going to remember, wait a minute, I think she's only taking me to lunch. I think she's only treating me and, maybe buying me a manicure and pedicure, like she didn't invite this other person. Wait a minute, So they're going to remember that. So, they're going to hesitate to tell somebody else, because that's kind of rude, inviting somebody else along after you've invited someone to go do something with you. So that's one way to do it. Keep in mind that some people just have controlling personalities, and whenever something's going on, they want to take it and do it their way. And it doesn't matter how the other people in the group feel. So knowing that, just remember you need to assert yourself with some boundaries. Okay, so here's another situation that was going on. Say like somebody asks your advice, like every day somebody's asking my advice. Sometimes they're asking your advice about their relationship. At some point you need to say, okay, I'm done talking about it. Okay, I had to do that with somebody today. I had to tell them I'm done talking about your ex. I tried to stop the conversation about 5 times. So finally I had to just come out and say, okay, I'm done talking about it. And she tried to ask one more question, and then she just said thank you. So I'm like, do I need to block this person? I just said I am done talking about it. Because some people are very, when they're having problems with trying to figure out what went wrong in their dysfunctional relationship, you can keep giving them the same answer over and over and over. And they'll keep coming up with another thing that person did. The answer's still going to say the same, be the same thing. It's because that person was a narcissist, or, that person was a whatever they were. It's the same thing. That person had an agenda. The answer's going to be the same thing. People basically have a certain trait, and that's why they do a certain thing. So whatever new information you give me, my answer's going to be the same thing. I already figured that person out. I don't have any, if you keep digging in a pile of shit, you're going to find more shit. I don't have any, I don't have a different answer. I already gave you the answer. So it's like, the answer's not going to change. Some people are just like a math problem. You know what the number is going to turn out to be. It's always going to be the same number, no matter how you do the problem. So, enough is enough. So sometimes you just got to tell somebody, I'm done talking about it. Someone might ask you, if you're getting together, they might try to make it an earlier time. Even if you can, don't let people do that to you. Because they think they can change plans on you. I know we're talking about plan changes again, but people will just, you can't let people think they can change plans on you. That's just something you can't let people do. Not in 2023. No, we're just getting to the point where we're all really uncomfortable. We don't need anyone making things more uncomfortable. So don't let people change plans on you. Don't let them ask you to come over early or do anything like that. Just don't let anyone change any plans. If someone is too uncomfortable to entertain, don't get your feelings hurt. If someone doesn't entertain anymore, don't be surprised. I don't entertain at my house. There's a lot of my relatives, they no longer entertain at their house. I'm okay with it. I don't. A lot of people have changed now. Just be okay with it. The pandemic has changed a lot of people. Don't be flexible. Just have those boundaries up. Stop being open-minded. Stop being flexible. Don't let people change plans on you. Oh, we're going to change plans. I'm sorry, this isn't going to work. And you're like, what's the big deal? Just know that, just let people know that your boundaries are really strict. Because once they think they can switch up on you and do little things like that, they think they can get away with other things with you as well. It's a control thing. Alright, yeah. No. They just need to not do that to you. Because it's, you don't know, but it's really stressful to you. So, don't do that to people. It makes them not like you. Seriously. So don't let people change plans on you, because you're actually going to grow to resent that person. And the thing is you're not going to like yourself for putting up with it. So it's really just all about boundaries. So that's what I have to say about that. And I will see you in the next content. I love you all. And I hope you like my crown of snakes. And stay away from the snakes. Alright? As Nathaniel says, keep your grass cut low because of all the snakes. Alright? The Bee Mindset Podcast. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.